Param Shanti Bapuji. Bapuji, today my questions will focus on third eye. There is a lot information on this topic with many people providing their own conceptions of what exactly it is. It can be overwhelming and difficult to understand, so if you can explain it in layman's term it would be very helpful. What exactly is third eye, its importance, how can it be opened, and can it be opened by someone?
Look, lots of people have their own conceptions of what the third eye is that Lord Shiva possesses. When I go into yoga or samadhi state, I'm in soul consciousness state, so I'll speak from my first-hand practical experience. As I personally experienced for many years, when the third eye is open one has divine vision. What third eye really refers to is the state of soul consciousness, just like it's stated in Bhagavad Gita. Since Gita is the supreme above all other holy scriptures and there is nothing beyond that, and what God said in there is to become soul conscious and remember the supreme soul. The stage of soul consciousness is referred to as the third eye. When you have the eye open, you know how they say that all your issues are taken care of. You can do whatever when it's open. Lord Shankar or Shiva could do anything with his third eye, right? He could see the entire solar system. Whatever you wish to see, you'll be able to see it. When your third eye is open, you can even read other people's thoughts. You can also influence or awaken one's person's soul and change his or her destiny. But how can a family man go about opening it? There are so many ways for it, like Tratak technique, Kriya Yoga, etc. However, I won't go into those details now. To awaken third eyes means to remain in soul consciousness. Bhagavad Gita speak of the thoughtless state, which is the soul conscious state. Gita is supreme above all scriptures and Lord Krishna was the avatar of the Almighty Authority, so the knowledge embedded in Gita was given by the Almighty. Beyond this, people try to awaken their kundalini to ultimately open their third eye. People do a lot of hard work and they try various methods to awaken it, but they are not effective. Saints and yogis perform strict meditations including severe penance and austerities for several years or several births before they rarely see any result. Show me any holy scripture or historical book that gives examples of anyone opening their third eye. Men go and meditate in mountains trying to awaken their kundalini, but nothing really happen, right? Third eye is the soul itself. Almighty Authority himself through Krishna said to be in soul consciousness. Look, the underlying all-comprehensive message in Gita to awaken the eye means to become soul conscious, to know who you are, to know the Supreme Soul. To know the Supreme Soul, you first have to know who you are, right? You need to know who you are, where you are from, what you want to do, what your life's goal is. Is life's purpose just to eat, drink, and be merry? Now for the children that wants to attain soul consciousness, let me give them a method. To awaken the eye, you need to receive more light, more white light, just like people do with the morning sun in the Tratak method. First understand where the soul is. Many seekers have misconceptions of where its location is. If you ask them where the mind is, they may say that it's in the heart. I've already stated in many videos that the mind, intellect, and personality traits are inside the soul. Your personality traits are determined by your thoughts and actions. So, to become Supreme Soul, an easy route is to sit in front of white light and imagine it falling on your third eye. And where is your third eye or your soul? It is in the middle of your two eyes.
Right behind where we apply the mark between our eyes.
Yes, right behind where the mark or the tilak is applied. But truly speaking, where is it at? It's in the center point of the mind. Remember, who run the mind? You are a soul is common knowledge now, but to attain of soul realization, I sit in several poses. I sometimes sit in a chair and I can remain in soul consciousness with my two eyes open. I can do it even while I'm eating or sleeping because I've been doing it for years. I've been doing since 1991 to 1992. And that is the reason why from 1997 I've been able to receive or realize this much information. I've done a lot of meditation for it, I mean a lot. On Sundays, I used to do it for 24 hours without eating or drinking anything. Maybe drinking few sips of water. When body and mind become light, then to emerge your soul consciousness will take less time. So, the technique is this: keep a white light bulb in front of you, close your eyes and try to focus the light in between your two eyes like they do in the Tratak technique. And then keep telling yourself and always remember in all your day-to-day tasks that you are a soul. Until you gain soul consciousness, you will not receive any power of the Supreme Soul, no matter how many times you remember or call on it. Realize that you are a soul first, as it says in Gita, become soul conscious and remember the Supreme Soul. When you do that, you slowly will begin to emerge the realization. This will take a long time, as this is not an ordinary feat. You know they offer services to open third eyes. You have to stay with them for 6 months or so in their ashram, and they charge large sums of money. They try very hard to open third eye. I've studied 4 Vedas, 16 Upanishads, 18 Puranas, but I've never met or heard of any sages that have their third eye open.
Most of those people could only see the future, like in the book of Paramahamsa Yogananda, the autobiography of a yogi. It has mentions of some sages and saints that could levitate, some could appear to be at 2 places at once. These things that Yogananda witnessed is written in his autobiography, and crores of people have read the book. People want to be able to do those type of miracles.
Those people are talking about Kriya Yoga, and they do talk a lot about miracles. I've said it in many videos that miracles cannot be done by ordinary people, they don't have the knowledge in Bhagavad Gita. The people that do miracles have assistance from souls in the subtle world. When someone does yoga during sleep, then souls get attracted to the individual because they know that they can get power by being close to the individual, and they do take power from that individual. I've said this before in many of my previous videos.
Bapuji, these clairvoyants can see what someone is doing who are in America or distant places, and they are able to see the future.
You know how there are people that are able to put black blinders over their eyes and they are able to drive and do other various things. You've seen these types of things, correct?
Yes, I have.
They can even read stuff. What happens in these cases, which I've mentioned in previous videos, is that these superhuman feats are done with the help of entities from the subtle world. They do it make an individual famous.
So, what you are trying to say is that third eye and these types of things are completely separate.
They are distinct. Third eye means to realize yourself. What purpose does it serve to know about others? If you do miracles, would the world change for the better?
Yes, meaning if we can levitate, what good does that do to anyone?
50 or so souls in the subtle world can come together and pick you up to make it seem you're levitating. Some magicians are able to do that now, right? They do magic, right? Is that short of miracles? Isn't there a magician in America that levitates and floats on water? What's his name?
There are so many things happening around the world that is beyond the understanding of science. Let's leave those things alone and focus on reality.
Leave these things alone, don't get looped into all this. What we have is an ocean of knowledge. Watch all our videos, then they'll understand how much knowledge is encompassed here.
Bapuji, people go after superhuman abilities.
But what will you do with these superhuman powers? Would these powers help you to achieve self-realization and get you to supreme abode? With these powers you may be able to levitate. Then would you be able to levitate to supreme abode? Vishvamitra meditated for thousands of years and he could even reach heaven with the body. So, don't bother with these things, as they are just worthless. You just focus on the soul and the Supreme Soul. What you are is a soul, so you just focus on remaining in soul consciousness. I've explained the technique many times. Use the white light technique. The soul is a very small subtle dot. You may do it sitting down or you can do it while sleeping as well. This yoga is very gentle. It is to realize yourself by being in thoughtless awareness. In the thoughtless awareness stage, you will have the experience of soul consciousness, and then you remember the Supreme Soul in the Supreme Abode. Take power directly from the Supreme Soul, who is the Almighty Authority. Understand who is the Almighty Authority. It's not the infinite solar systems, Infinite solar system would be a galaxy, and there are infinite galaxies that form a universe, and infinite universe make up great universe, and so forth, that we have a lot of videos on. You have to know who the Almighty Authority is, right? The first subject is knowledge.
Your meaning is that it is divine knowledge, and with that knowledge you can merge the soul consciousness with the supreme consciousness.
I'll tell you the procedure that I've done. Leading my life as a family man and running an income tax lawyer practice, I practiced to remain in soul consciousness. Day and night I practiced. It took me many years, and leading my life that way gave me so many good experiences in life that I transformed from worldly to a spiritual being. Being is soul consciousness gives you so much confidence that you can whatever you want. Because everything is already recorded in your soul. This cannot be done by any ordinary soul. I told of the various categories of souls. Third-class quality souls cannot achieve this. It will be the souls of the infinite, those souls of high quality that will be able to resurface this knowledge, and they will practice to be in the soul consciousness. First they will learn about who they are and who the Almighty Authority is. They will not bother with Shiva or Mahashiva, they will directly seek out the Almighty Authority. They will look at the vastness of the world by the measurements of today's science and by that of scriptures. They will try to understand infinite solar systems, galaxies, universes, multiverses, and think that the world may be bigger than that, as the creation is infinite. The Supreme Soul is not something straightforward, it is the Almighty Authority. The first step is to become soul conscious, and it will take a long time for the souls of the infinite to progress onward. I've done a lot of hard work, even still I've lived a karma yogi life. You shouldn't forsake your worldly duties, you should not run away from the responsibilities of your incarnation like Gautam Buddha did when he was young. You shouldn't do that. It is written in Bhagavad Gita that your worldly home is the ultimate ashram. When you are stuck at home and handling your karmas, you should remain in soul consciousness. As you realize it, your third eye will be awakened and divine vision will come to you.
So once an individual becomes soul conscious, would that person be connected to the infinite cosmos?
Very good question. When you attain soul consciousness, the records that are inside the soul will be open. If the soul is born of this solar system, then the individual will see this solar system. If they are from the galaxy, that is if they are the category of Mahashiva, then they will see the entire galaxy, they will see the infinite solar systems within it. If they are of the universe, they will see whole universe. And so forth for the multiverse, great universe and beyond. If the person is a soul of the infinite creation will be revealed to them.
That is amazing.
Because it is recorded in their soul, right? I'm telling you from personal experience. I'm not telling you something that I've read from some book. It's not written in any book. They talk about opening their third eye through Tratak technique, here we are talking about the soul consciousness. When Lord Krishna gave the knowledge of the soul and the Supreme Soul, right, there is nothing beyond that. What the underlying basis of all scriptures and Vedas is the soul and the Supreme Soul. You are a soul, realize that you are a soul. When the soul awakens, your etheric, astral, mental and abstract bodies will get awakened. With that, you should spread vibrations of supreme peace. I've said it many videos, spread vibration of supreme peace. With those vibrations, your home will become a temple, the atmosphere will become well. Even your neighbors will begin to feel content. Being content is the road to supreme peace.
This means that through realization and when the soul connects with the Supreme Soul, the third eye will become active and we will get the divine vision and the records in our soul will start to emerge. They become like the Supreme Soul and they realize who they are.
Let me tell you this, sages try to awaken their kundalini and they meditate for thousands of years, they open their 7 chakras first and then the third eye. When the soul is realized, there is so much light within the soul, it has supreme light if the particular soul is made of supreme light. If they are not made of it, then they will not be able to do it. I'm only talking about the special souls that are of high quality and made of the supreme light. When you become soul conscious, you will be fine-tuned like an antenna to receive divine vision to see the solar system, galaxy, universe etc. Your aura will be so great that whatever you desire, you will be able to manifest. But by then you will start to stop thinking. Then the only thought within you will be of world transformation, just like it is my life goal. I had this goal even when I was little, but I learned how to do it.
With self-transformation you can contribute towards world transformation.
Yes. With soul realization, wherever your soul originated from, the entire record will be open to you.
What the soul will be able to see will depend on the level of creation that the soul originated from. Just like you talked about the creation of the soul, that souls can originate from various levels of creation, and the souls of the infinite that are stuck here and are trying to wake up to get free from this world. Wherever that soul can find the knowledge, it is seeking for it now. So, the concept of third eye was very interesting to learn about. Third eyes mean removing ignorance through seeking the right knowledge to attain the divine vision, to see the Supreme Soul and to take power from it to eventually become the Supreme Soul. This is the goal of the soul.
Yes, take power directly from the Almighty Authority. It is referred to as the Yoga of the Infinite. If you have knowledge of the Infinite, then only your union with the Infinite be successful. Also, you have be a soul of the Infinite to achieve this. This is not for ordinary souls.
So now we can say that all the miracles that we hear about of levitation, clairvoyance, etc. is about the physical world. What you're talking about is soul realization, that is then followed by connection to the Supreme Soul and then on to the goal of world transformation.
With soul realization, all your karmas that you accumulated during your numerous incarnations that are stored in your subtle bodies will be erased. When the karmas are extinguished, your physical body will gradually transform to light body. After that you can create several copies of yourself and help assist individuals with redemption and liberation of life. You will be able to change the world or even the multiverse. Our goal is to change the multiverse, therefore, receive this knowledge of the Infinite accordingly. My reason to provide clarity on third eye is because there is a lot of confusion on this topic, but they don't know that the third eye is the soul itself. From the scripture, Vedas, and Puranas that I've studied, aside from Lord Shiva, no one has achieved the third eye. Even though some of the sages meditated for many years, the only level they could go to was the realm of Lord Brahma or Lord Vishnu's abode. To achieve liberation, those sages used to meditate for many ages but wouldn't achieve it. They would always stop at the realm of Lord Brahma, which is a realm of great illusion, or they stop beyond that in the realm of Lord Vishnu, which is the realm of supreme elements and greatest illusion. Hence, they were never able to reach the supreme abode. So, become desireless, don't have any desires except for spreading the vibrations of supreme peace and for world transformation. You have a rare chance to make your fortune with the Infinite. And how can you make your fortune? What is the difference between fortune and the fortune of the Infinite? Your fortune will be made when you receive the knowledge of the Infinite, and through that you realize and recognize the Almighty Authority and you partake in the world transformation goal. The ones that listen to the knowledge and like it is great, but what exactly have you done to help with the goal? If you didn't help at all with the process, then your fortune will not be made, you will not become a soul of the Infinite, you will not be able to reach the supreme abode. What are the attributes of an infinite soul? They will immerse themselves in the knowledge of the Infinite, they will remain in soul consciousness, spread the vibrations of supreme peace and assist in the world transformation process. Only by their actions toward the cause can determine their fortune. Without any action, can we achieve any level of transformation? What is our slogan? With everyone's assistance we achieve the transformation of the Infinite. With self-transformation, you can assist in the world transformation. Give knowledge to others, everyone should pass knowledge to others as it is considered one of best contributions. Give knowledge and engage yourself in self-transformation. I won't go into further detail on how self-transformation will assist in world transformation. There are many videos on it.
Bapuji, you've put out a great video series titled Atmaswara that was recorded the other day. It has part 1, 2, and 3, and it goes over how vibrations can change the entire multiverse. I will put the link for it in the description box below this video. I request all viewers to watch the playlist titled Unspoken Truth by Bapuji, it has 77 videos. Be sure to watch it because it will re-emerge the knowledge that is recorded within your soul. To bring forth the knowledge and to experience whether it is true or not, you will have to listen and understand Bapuji's knowledge. This way you know that you are on the right track or not. People do the white light meditation technique and they think it is what meditation is, but what Bapuji has said is that there are 18 different type of yogas and the yoga that Bapuji is teaching is very unique and different. We have a playlist for meditation that everyone can check out. Watch the Atmaswara videos as well and you will receive new illumination. Aside from that, would you like to add anything else, Bapuji?
I will just say this, stay in the soul consciousness state and take power from the divine and transform yourself. Also, assist in the world transformation process and become connected to us.
I'll request everyone who want to join that my email address is in the description box. Send me an email and let me know your detail on how long have you been studying this knowledge and what your experiences are. This way we can assist you better. Thank you very much, Bapuji. Param Shanti.